Good morning, class. It's Mrs. Galnetti, and it is Wednesday, and you're halfway done with the week. Well, almost. Anyway, I'm going to go over today's lessons with you, and today should be a lot quicker because a lot of it is review. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now and show you my DocuCam. Okay, and then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so here is our daily schedule, and we are going to look at Wednesday. Wednesday is green. And the first thing you're going to notice is that we have the Try Everything song. We have an Earth Day Everyday Read Along, which is good to try to preserve our Earth. And then we have a fiction close read. Fiction means that it's not realistic. It's not a real story. It's make-believe, and we're going to read it closely. And it is Goat and Bear in Business. That would make sense. If Goat and Bear in Business, it would have to be fiction. And it's in our Unit 9 Benchmark Magazine, pages 10 through 13. And you're going to respond to it in a different way. You are going to do a little bit of a story map. And I made one. We did not provide one, so just go ahead and take a piece of paper, and then you just fold it into 4 boxes. And then I labeled each one. I labeled the characters, the setting, and then the problem and the solution. So I'm guessing from the title that said bear and goat, those would probably be my characters. You can write that there. And if you want to write a little something about each one, you can, but the characters are bear and goat. And then setting, tell me where the story is taking place. And the setting may change throughout the story, so if there's more than one setting, go ahead and add it. What is the problem? What is the problem that's in the story? Usually there's a problem and then there's some sort of solution. How did it get solved? I always like to write the name of the story in the middle and sometimes even the author. So you can go ahead and do that. Write the characters, the setting, the problem, and how that problem was solved. And that would be your reading. Remember to supplement that with some books from your Benchmark Universe at your level. You can always go there and read some of your books or read some of those chapter books. Okay, the next thing that we are going to look at is going to be the writing. And it is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Now that was always our trickiest one, so buckle up. We're going to do this together. The quote is, it's written, this quote was said by Harper Lee, and it said, "The book to read is not the one that thinks for you, but the one which makes you think." Okay, let's read that again. I'm going to read it in parts. The book to read, so if I were to read a book, it's not the one that thinks for you, but the one that makes you think. Okay, so I have to think about that and process what that means. I think what they're telling me is that it's better to read a book that makes me think than one that just tells me stuff. So on Words of Wisdom, can't speak today, Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Wow, look at the WWW. You're going to write a paragraph responding to that quote, and you are going to use these questions. What do you think the quote means? So I wrote what you think. I think this quote means. That could be your first sentence. What message is the speaker trying to tell us? I think he's trying to tell us this. And then how do you think that might apply to your life? And if you can't do that one, that's okay. Pretty much just write down what you think this quote means and how maybe you can apply that to your life. Okay, so that is the Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Remember, you'll only have to turn one of them into me. So Friday, you get to choose one of your writings from the week and send it to me through Seesaw. Okay, so that's writing. Okay, for math, it says count over 100 by ones and by tens. So this one says count by ones, write the numbers. Okay, we're just adding 1 on each time. Remember when you get to the 9, so let's try that. 595, 596, 597, 598, 599, 600. Okay, so go ahead and write there. And you're going to count all by ones up here. And here you're counting by tens. And again, look at right here, you had 490, and then it goes to 500. So it's counting by ones and tens, pretty much review. On the back side, this is super important. These are the way we write all the numbers. So you have 1 through, 19, and after that you just have the tens numbers, and then you have the word 100, and then 1,000. If you use all these, you can pretty much write any number through 1,999. When we get to million, we would need that word. So for instance, if I was doing 727, I would go 700, and then I'd go to 20, and then I'd go to 7. Remember, when you're writing a number between the tens digit and the ones digit, you always need to have that dash. It's the only dash. So this one says 125, tens digit, ones digit, there's the dash. The direction on this one says write each number, so write the number right there. And then here you have to use the names. So don't forget to write 500. Well, here you don't need anything else. This one would be 592. And between the 90 and the 2, you're going to put a dash. Okay, and then for your homework and remembering pages, you're just going to do what we did for the page. Just going to write by ones and by tens. Always read the directions. And then write the number name. When it asks for the name, you need to spell the words out. So you're going to want to probably save this page. We might have to do that again. And then the back side, which is the remembering. Okay, you have a word problem greater than or less than, and let's look at the stretch your thinking. Natalie practices the piano every day. On Monday, she practices for 10 minutes. If she practices every day for 10 minutes, on which day of the week will she have practiced for 90 minutes? Well, if she's practicing for 10 minutes a day, 90 minutes, how many days would that be? Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You can kind of figure out how many days that is. Okay, and then you start with Monday, that's when she started, and count that many days away. So that's a clue of how to do that problem. Again, she's going to do a total of 90 minutes. Or you could do a chart and you could write something like that. You could write Monday, she practices for 10. Tuesday, she practices for 10, and keep going until you get to 90 minutes. So there's lots of different ways to do that. Okay, guess what? I think I'm done. Yes, so I did it quick today. Yay! Hope you guys have a wonderful day learning, and I'm looking forward to our Zoom meeting soon. Okay, bye.